Welcome to The Explainer. There's a valuation making headlines that has absolutely shaken the tech world. Today, we're breaking down how one AI company is completely rewriting the rules of the game.
Take a good look at that number, $380 billion. That's not a typo. That is the brand new valuation for an AI company called Anthropic. And yeah, that number puts it right up there with some of the biggest tech giants on the entire planet.
So, the big question, right? How on earth does a company that is just 3 years old get this big, this fast? Well, that's exactly what we're here to figure out. We're going to dive into the technology, unpack their strategy, and most importantly, talk about what it all means for you.
Okay, first up, the AI engine, inside Claude. Look, to even get a handle on that huge valuation, you first have to understand the product itself. Anthropic's AI model is named Claude, and it is the engine fueling all of this.
Let's just talk about the money flowing in for a second. We're talking $14 billion. That's what Anthropic is on track to make in revenue just this year. And get this, they only started making money less than 3 years ago. It's just wild. I mean, the growth is just off the charts. It's exponential. For 3 years straight, their revenue has multiplied by 10. And you got to understand, this isn't coming from you and me asking for recipes. No, this is driven by major businesses who are betting their entire operations on Claude.
And if you look at their biggest customers, we're talking companies spending over $100,000 a year, that number has grown 7 times in just the last year. Let me put it another way. 2 years back, maybe a dozen companies were spending over $1 million on Claude. Today, that number is over 500. Incredible.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. Anthropic's own CFO, Krishnanu Rao, basically said it all. He says Claude is becoming critical to how businesses work. It's not just another piece of software. For many, it's becoming the core engine.
So that brings up a good question. What exactly is enterprise AI? The easiest way to think about it is like this. Consumer AI, the stuff most of us play with, is kind of like a super helpful intern. It's great for brainstorming, asking fun questions. But enterprise AI? That's the seasoned executive. It's the one you trust with the company's most important, most secure, most critical work.
Now, one of the biggest reasons for this insane growth, it's a total game changer, an AI that can write its own code. This tool is called Claude Code, and it is fundamentally changing how we build software.
4%. Now I know what you're thinking. 4% doesn't sound like a lot. But hold on. We're talking about 4% of all the public code on GitHub. That's the biggest coding platform in the world. And what's even crazier, that number doubled in just the last month alone.
Okay, next section, the money and the machine. So you've got this mind-blowing tech, but how do you actually turn that into a $380 billion company? Well, it turns out the strategy is both brilliant and, honestly, surprisingly simple.
Anthropic's whole strategy can be boiled down to 2 words: be everywhere. See, Claude is the only top-tier AI model that you can get on all the big cloud platforms, Amazon's AWS, Google Cloud, and Microsoft Azure. It's like having a universal power adapter. It works no matter where a business needs to plug it in. Super smart. And a strategy like that? Well, it attracts a who's who of investors. We are talking a literal dream team. You've got huge government funds, tech giants like Microsoft and NVIDIA, Wall Street powerhouses. Basically, everyone with serious money wants in. It's a massive vote of confidence from every important corner of the global economy.
Okay, the numbers are just staggering, I get it, but let's bring this all back down to earth. What does an AI this powerful actually do for you? For your job? How is this going to change things in the real world?
Which brings us right here. How this changes your world. Because believe me, this isn't just about some big number on a screen. This is about a fundamental shift in how we all work. And it's not coming, it's already here.
The key concept you need to know is something called Agentic AI. Now, what is that? Think of it this way. The AI we're used to is like a really smart calculator. You ask it a question, it gives you an answer. But Agentic AI, it's more like an accountant. You don't ask it questions. You give it a goal, like do my taxes, and it figures out all the steps and just does it. It's essentially a digital coworker. So what can this new digital coworker actually do?
Well, Anthropic's latest model, Opus 4.6, can handle whole chunks of professional work. We're talking about generating perfectly polished documents, digging through complex spreadsheets to find insights you might have missed, and creating entire professional presentations from just a simple idea. It's built for the heavy-duty stuff: legal work, financial analysis, you name it.
You see, a company worth $380 billion isn't just selling software. It's selling a whole new vision for the future of work. A future where our partners, our teammates, they might just be digital. So the question we're all left with isn't just, are we ready for this? The real question is, what's our role going to be in this brand new world of work?